War Games from Vancouver, British Columbia. Streaming exclusively on Peacock. Tonight.
Priest will get his rematch with the man who took the title from him at SummerSlam.
Priest.
If it wasn't for my so-called brother betraying me, that title wouldn't be around your waist right now.
Gunther.
In this ring, I am above everybody.
A rematch for the World Heavyweight Championship.
The honor and prestige belong to me.
At Survivor Series. In this world, nothing is as it seems. Tonight, survival is only the beginning.
Generals gathered in their masses.
Survivor Series War Games from Vancouver, British Columbia. Streaming exclusively on Peacock. Tonight.
Priest will get his rematch with the man who took the title from him at SummerSlam.
Priest.
If it wasn't for my so-called brother betraying me, that title wouldn't be around your waist right now.
Gunther.
In this ring, I am above everybody.
A rematch.
Then, now, forever. Together.
This is Vancouver, British Columbia, and far western Canada. On English Bay and Burren Inlet to the north, and the Fraser River to the south. The city hosts the Canadian Football League's BC Lions, the six-time Grey Cup champ. The province held the 2010 Winter Olympics. And the NHL's Vancouver Canucks play at the Rogers Arena. Home tonight to Survivor Series War Games, the second longest premium live event in WWE. The WWE era of War Games started in 2017. For the first time being held internationally this year, a cage will surround not one, but two rings, with two smaller cages used to contain team members until they are released into the matchup. It is a battle for survival. It is a battle of attrition. It is Survivor Series War Games.
In this world, nothing is as it seems. Tonight, survival is only the beginning.
Generals gathered in their masses.
And now, Minute Maid Zero Sugar presents Countdown to Survivor Series.
And for the sixth time, a women's War Game match will take place. Liv Morgan, the women's world champion, and WWE women's champion Nia Jax have an awesome team, including Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. But the more experienced team by far is led by the returning Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, both having appeared in this match 3 times previously, also including Io Sky, who's been in every War Games matchup. On the men's side, Solo Sikoa can solidify beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's the tribal chief with a bigger, badder bloodline, including the Authilla, Big Bronson Reed. On the other side of the Civil War, a team questioning itself, shattered, trying to rebuild, but this man could be the X Factor. The coup pulled off by Paul Heyman. CM Punk, one night only, will participate with the OG bloodline in War Games. WWE fans have showed up in force outside Rogers Arena in Vancouver. It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. It is raining, it is cold, it is in the 40s, but are you guys ready for War Games? Hello again, everybody. I'm Michael Cole, joined, of course, by former WWE champion Big E. Big E, last time we were doing this, it was 90 degrees in Saudi Arabia. It's cold here today.
Just a little bit. Wade's bundled up from head to toe, so it's a little nippy today. Yep, just that.
Oh, man, that's why. And thanks for the introduction, E, but I am fired up.
Well, wait a minute. Let me give you a proper introduction.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the five-time Intercontinental Champion, Wade Barrett. Boom!
Yes, well, I'm super fired up. 4 Survivor Series, one of the biggest shows of the year. 3 championships on the line, and teams of 5 try to survive inside War Games.
So much to talk about. Let's get right to the card for tonight. Again, the special start time of 6 o'clock on the East Coast tonight. Triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. First main against pinfall or submission will be the champion. The unpredictable badass Braun Breaker defended against Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus, who's never won the Intercontinental title in his illustrious career. How about LA Knight defending his United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura, who's returned with a vengeance. They square off tonight. 10 women involved in the Women's War Game match. So many stories, so much to break down in this matchup tonight. And of course, on the other side, it's the OG, the original bloodline, led of course by Roman Reigns and CM Punk to take on Solo Sikoa and the solid new bloodline inside War Games. And also the World Heavyweight Championship is up for grabs. Damian Priest looking to regain the title he lost to Gunther at SummerSlam. Gunther seems to be rattled. He seems to be shaken. We'll dissect all that in the Countdown Show. We've got reporters all over Vancouver, including our own Kathy Kelly.
Yeah, thanks so much, Cole. I ran into Damian Priest earlier today. Let me tell you that he seemed extra excited tonight for his World Heavyweight Championship opportunity against the reigning title holder Gunther. Now, Damian said tonight's win would not just be about reclaiming that championship, but it would be about personal redemption. And he has capitalized on any mental edge that he might have over his opponent these last several weeks, both physically and verbally. Gunther's confidence rocked at Crown Jewel last month after his loss to undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. And Damian Priest certainly knows it. So will he walk out of Van City with a little extra gold around his waist? We will find out tonight. And in the meantime, I'm going to send it over to Jackie Redmond, who has a more in-depth analysis on Gunther's mental state.
Yeah, thanks, Kathy. You nailed it. If there is one question that surrounds Gunther heading into this World Heavyweight Championship title defense tonight, it's this. Has the ring general lost his confidence? And while it appears Damian Priest has certainly gotten the upper hand over Gunther the last couple of weeks, we'd all be wise to remember that both of those altercations happened outside of the ring, aka not in a match. The fact is, we all know that when Gunther steps into the ring and that bell goes off, he is a whole nother level of dominant. I mean, we're talking about a superstar who has entered 78% of his matches on the main roster with a championship around his waist. There is a reason this man is 43-3 in singles competition. Only 3 superstars have ever defeated him one-on-one, and none of them are named Damian Priest, which is exactly why nobody should be underestimating the ring general heading into tonight's World Heavyweight Championship match. Rosenberg, over to you.
Jackie, thank you so much. And yes, I am here inside Rogers Arena getting ready for Survivor Series War Games and thinking about the history of the War Games match. I was just down there touching the cage, feeling the energy, thinking of the moments, the names that you think about, the Legions of Dooms, the Four Horsemen, the Dusty Rhodes. And tonight, we have a tale of experience. You have people of such great experience inside War Games, like Bianca Belair, like Io Sky. On the flip side, you have people who have never set foot inside a War Games match before, like CM Punk, who of course is the X factor when it comes to the Bloodline match tonight. It is an incredible, incredible structure. Honestly, nothing in the entire calendar year feels the same as that look of two rings with the cage over top both. What will happen tonight? How will Roman Reigns and CM Punk be able to work together? And frankly, you think about CM Punk coming off of an injury, right into a crazy Hell in a Cell match, and right now into a War Games match. A lot on the line for CM Punk. It's going to be amazing. Back to you guys.
Well, guys, let's start talking about this matchup, and the matchup that Punk and Roman Reigns and company are involved in, the OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline. I want to start with Solo Sikoa. He has his team kicking right now. I mean, over the past couple of months, they have dominated. They pinned Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. Everyone on that team seems to be solid, and they show complete respect to Solo Sikoa.
Absolutely, and we're not seeing them needing to have sit-downs to see if they can work together as well. Look, on the other side, you have a team of megastars in the original Bloodline, you have CM Punk, you have all these guys that on paper should stack up and possibly wipe the floor with the other Bloodline, but we have a cohesive team in Solo's Bloodline, and I think that cohesiveness is going to pay dividends, because you look back at, I think of a Kevin Durant with the Brooklyn Nets, and you have all these megastars on paper, but do they work well together? We look at Solo's Bloodline, and it's a cohesive team from top to bottom. Even with the addition of Bronson Reed, they seem to have been on the same page from day one.
So let me ask you this, Wade, on the other side of things, is this a must-win tonight for Roman Reigns?
It's 100% a must-win, but then you could have said that several times over the past couple of months when it comes to Roman Reigns. The truth is, Roman Reigns and the OG Bloodline are in danger of becoming a nostalgia act. If they can't get their act together, if they can't get their ducks in a row and win tonight, then guess what? Eras change, times change. What was good before, one day suddenly is old news, and new news comes in, and that right now is Solo Sikoa's Bloodline.
And listen, Roman Reigns was pinned by Solo Sikoa. That's still in his mind. Paul Heyman, who's returned, had to go out and bring in CM Punk to try to bring this team together. Obviously, you saw the sit-down on SmackDown last night. There is no love lost between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And then you've got the one thing that's hanging over everybody, and the fact that CM Punk says that Paul Heyman is going to owe him a favor after this. Where does Roman sit mentally in all of this?
That's hard to see, because at the end of that sit-down, I didn't see a unified trio. I saw three guys who have their own objectives, who want different things, and I think that is going to possibly cause issues here tonight. If they're not, again, they're not communicating. The fact that Roman didn't know that Punk was going to come out is a big issue when his Wiseman isn't connected with him, and I think these communication issues could really be glaring tonight.
And here's the other problem I've been seeing within the OG Bloodline, Wade, is the fact that Jey Uso made it very clear when he came back into the fold, and so did Sami Zayn, that there was going to be no leader. Roman Reigns was not going to go back to being the leader of this group. They weren't going to be treated badly like they were in the past. However, it seems like Roman Reigns cannot get out of his head that he's still running things.
Well, Roman Reigns is smart, and to tell you the truth, in a match like War Games, it's a team game, but you need a leader. You need that structure. You need someone calling the shots, and Roman Reigns is the right man for that job, regardless of what Jey Uso or CM Punk might think. Now, the difference is on the other side, Solo Sikoa, the unequivocal leader of the modern Bloodline. That's why they have a massive advantage.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is Survivor Series War Games. It'll be the 13th and 14th War Games match since WWE brought this event back in 2017. But War Games has a history that dates all the way back to the 1980s.
The sinister structure behind us tonight will house a bone-chilling, bone-rattling spectacle.
The match, unlike any other match ever put together.
The ultimate battleground.
One of the most brutal matches of all time.
It is a night that will change the careers of many, for good or for bad.
Bodies will be broken. History will be made and scores will be settled.
Nobody's going to win War Games at best.
It's going to be a long night.
We're just going to survive.
The battle lines have been drawn.
The sirens ring out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to War Games!
get I'm asked so many times, Dream, where do war games come from? What made the match happen was I was looking for some type of creative out to where I was getting beat up by the 4 Horsemen. And I had different partners, and we were fighting this war.
Dusty Rhodes, it was one of his ideas and one of his creations that came out of his brain.
I got a white sheet of paper in the light of the car, and I kind of drew an outline of the way I wanted the war games to look.
2 rings, 1 cage.
Covering both rings and 2 teams of 5.
Adding to the chaos, the unpredictability, the danger of this unique and unorthodox event.
So the rules were simple, man.
2 teams will be held in separate cages.
2 guys started 5 minutes.
A member from the advantage team will be released to enter the matchup.
Next guy came in.
Every 3 minutes, alternating members of each team.
The advantage over for the fresh man. It's 1-on-1. It's 3-on-3. No rest for the weary inside of War Games.
Then when all 10 members were in there.
Then the War Games match officially begins.
No time limit. It's all perfectly legal. No disqualification. 2 War Games matches, 1 men's, 1 women's.
First team to gain pinfall or submission wins. On July 4th, 1987, at the Omni in Atlanta.
It was an event for me to watch it come to life.
The massive cage, 15 feet tall.
To look at it in all its majesty.
This is a completely different environment.
It was just awe-inspiring.
Weighing 6 tons with a half-mile of aluminum and steel.
The awesome sight of it.
Look at this apparatus.
It takes your breath away, man.
I could get hurt.
The hardest part about War Games was the brutality of old cage.
That steel mesh will shred your skin. It will crack your bones.
I don't think it's any way you can prepare yourself for a match like that.
It's a real battle. It's a real fight.
What price are you willing to pay?
But when you put those 2 rings side by side inside of that crazy steel structure,
Careers can end right here.
throw everything else out the window, man.
Things get really tricky and really rough inside of War Games. You have to have eyes in the front of your head, in the back of your head.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Took a pounding, dished out a pounding.
Absolute carnage laid out through 2 rings.
Loved every minute of it. When the door opens, the surprises were unlimited.
The cage only adds to the chaos.
There was a great element there of surprise.
Now going into my 3rd War Games, I feel that you can't really plan. You have to be ready for anything.
Once you're in, you're in.
You're going to see different looks you didn't plan for. You're going to have to call audible.
And all hell's breaking loose. These are the War Games.
There wasn't a War Games match for many, many years. When it was being talked about to be brought back into NXT, a place that Dusty Rhodes had a great hand in, it made all the sense in the world.
You think I'm nuts, but I've seen this thing as a person, a breathing, live person.
I'm in the match that my dad created, which is still capturing the imagination of the audience today, that it's been brought back.
It just shows you how special it is and how much it's evolving and how big it's getting and how much people want to see it.
It's not like anything else. We all want to say that we've been a part of at least just one.
The War Games are coming to town.
This place is delirious. I'm delirious.
War Games was one-of-a-kind uniqueness. It was a big deal to watch.
The history of War Games is well intact.
Because anytime there's a battle against good and evil, it's war. Put the games, call it War Games. That's its legacy.
You know, the first War Games took place in 1987, July 4th, the Omni in Atlanta. Dusty Rhodes' idea. He teamed with Hawk and Animal and Paul Ellering to knock off the Four Horsemen in that event. Now, Dusty Rhodes, of course, left a lasting legacy for all of us here in WWE. He meant so much to so many when working in NXT, including you, Big E.
Absolutely. You know, we use the term Dusty's kid so often. Wade, you were there as well. So many of us spent, including Bayley and Naomi, spent so much of our early career in that warehouse, trained by Dusty Rhodes, mentored by Dusty. So I think for Bayley and Naomi, it is such a great opportunity tonight for them to pay tribute to Dusty and his creation in War Games.
I guarantee you Dusty's looking down tonight with a smile on his face, knowing that these women are going in to this War Games match. I want to talk about the women's match now because it seems lopsided on paper. The Rhea Ripley Bianca Belair team more than doubles the amount of appearances that the Liv Morgan and Nia Jax teams has in this event. Io Sky has been in every single War Games match. Rhea's been in 3, Bianca's been in a number, Bayley's been in a couple. The bottom line at the end of the day, and thank you guys, the bottom line at the end of the day is the fact that I don't know how Liv Morgan and Nia Jax overcome this advantage. Most of their team have never been inside this structure.
Yeah, I mean, experience is massive when it comes to a match like the War Game situation, but so is the cohesion of the team. And I see some cohesion with Nia Jax and Liv Morgan, despite their recent issues. I see that unit being fairly tight right now, whereas on the other side, with regards to Bianca Belair, with regards to Bayley, Io Sky, how well are those three actually getting on right now? They've had massive, massive issues over the past 12-plus months, and I just cannot see them forming the kind of unit you need to win War Games.
Well, of course, Io Sky won Money in the Bank, and then, she would go on to win a championship. Then she would challenge Bayley again to win the championship from Bayley, so you've got that situation going on. You've also got the situation going on the team with Bayley and Bianca Belair of who attacked Jade Cargill. Was it somebody on Bianca's team that took Jade Cargill out?
So it's interesting you bring that up. I think it's almost inevitable for me that somebody on the Nia Jax, Liv Morgan team absolutely took out Jade Cargill. They're the biggest beneficiaries, right? We don't know.
A lot of people are saying Bayley because she got herself into this match.
I mean, that's too many leaps of logic for me to put that together. Let's go with the most obvious. Nia Jax is one of Nia Jax's crew. They have history. They have form in that world. They've taken the gloves off a long time ago. Liv Morgan smashing in the face of Rhea Ripley with the baseball bat. I don't think it's a giant leap in logic, but that leads to two highly motivated women in this matchup to get a little vengeance in the form of Rhea Ripley with her broken face, and of course Bianca Belair, who saw her tag team partner Jade Cargill taken out.
And I don't want to dabble in conspiracy, but I saw some people saying that they saw Bianca mouthing the lyrics, "I never needed you at all," after seeing her partner. I again, don't want to dabble in conspiracy, but some people out there, not I, some people believe that treachery is afoot.
How did Belair pull that off while she was in the ring in a match?
Maybe she hired somebody.
Yeah, okay.
Nonetheless, folks,
now we've got some real conspiracies out here.
Survivor Series is the second longest running premium live event in WWE history behind WrestleMania. We're going to take a look back throughout the night tonight at the top 10 Survivor Series moments. Here's number 10.
There's your first look at the Elimination Chamber. 10 tons, 20,000 pounds, 2 miles of chain. Scary looking, isn't it? The match that can only come from the great mind of Eric Bischoff. 6 men will go in, and 1 will survive and become the world heavyweight champion. The King and I have absolutely no idea what to expect in this environment, and quite frankly, neither do the competitors. We are all in uncharted territory tonight. Van Dam, star, and now we're down to 2. Evergreen, it's over. Is this how it's going to be? No, it's not how it's going to end. What is Shawn Michaels thinking? Oh, on the elbow. Okay. Sweet tip music. The power. Shawn Michaels is the world champion. Shawn Michaels, the survivors at the Elimination Chamber.
Do you watch your matches back generally?
No.
Never? Are
Very
you never?
rarely.
I feel like there's 2 types of people. Generally, people that have to watch all their matches back, or people that can't stand watching themselves back.
I was the guy who watched everything
And now it's
overly
tapered?
criticized. Yeah,
Yeah.
now because it's so go, and we
Right.
have so many that
Yeah.
it's hard, and then I hate it.
Oh, here we go. Judgment Day are rocking and rolling. Come on, we got him.
And this was...
I remember that was not fun.
A double triple choke slam.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, Judgment Day was a solid group, right?
I remember seeing, I think it was Chronic do that.
Oh!
They know how to move as a, you know what I'm saying, one cohesive unit.
We are pretty good when we're rocking and rolling.
Yeah, we're pretty solid.
Priest standing there doing nothing. Look.
Look at him barking orders at us.
Come on. I
You know
gotta win the world
You
title.
know how hard he grabbed me by my neck? I was like, hey, dude, we're on the same team. Good old Randy Orton.
Randall. He's never looked better.
Dude.
Oh my God!
This is ginormous man.
Golden God!
He looks insane.
I can't believe how cut he is being that big. I mean, that's some discipline.
He has the biggest quadriceps.
It was cool being out there for, Randy's return.
I think we told you to go for it first.
And I was like, you know
I
what?
have a stitch.
I think I got him.
10 guys, 10 bodies, 10 personalities.
Everybody's just flying all
and the
over the
way
place.
it gels, like I'm actually so impressed. Man, we give these fans a good show. Yeah.
Here we go. Now it's getting nitty gritty here, boys.
I feel like this is one of those that I was sore for a minute.
Oh, I remember this too.
Oh, I see.
I remember this.
Now I remember.
this.
And of course, I get Randy.
5-way DDT.
That was not fun.
Man, it's just nonstop fun. Yeah, that's what I like in my matches. I call them fun fests. When it's like one fun thing into another fun thing, it's just nonstop fun.
Now, I just want to get something out of the way real quick here before we see this. I was not attempting to escape and forfeit the match.
Don't lie.
I was going to crossbody them from the top.
I'm locked in right here. Like, I got the best seat in the house right here.
If the camera pans out here, you can see me under the bottom rope, like looking up and going like, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm not up there. Like, look, I was looking straight up.
I knew I was
going
done here.
Best of luck, kid.
Yeah. I made eye contact with Andy here.
Yeah. You got your boarding pass?
If you're going to remember one thing about this match, this is it.
Just getting ready for it. He knew what was coming.
He's just waiting there.
I think everybody did.
Yeah.
Oh.
You sick bastard.
Oh, she wrote.
Again, JD, very easy to dislike, but
if
somebody gets back up at some point, if that's not the end of somebody's career, you kind of, you can't help but respect them a little bit.
And then Priest bottling it for the team.
And this is the end for you, I believe.
But they could have just pinned him. There was no need for this.
Well, I think...
Well, you were one of them. You could have told somebody to pin him.
Good job, Damien.
That's the finish, Vinci.
It's over after all that?
You didn't feature.
All right, but I get it. I had my issues with everyone.
I think you were kind of ringleader at that time. What a satisfying victory. What a good match. I'm so impressed.
I'll be honest, I forgot that I was the one that lost the match.
Yeah, me too.
Now I'm not happy to watch this back.
Yeah.
Guys could have told me this beforehand. Oh, man, that sucks.
You know, it's a pretty cool city, Vancouver, British Columbia. The first WWE Premium Live event here was December of 1998. In Your House, Rock Bottom. I actually called that event. Undertaker, Austin buried alive, Rock Mankind for the WWE title. Tonight, the world title's on the line. Gunther defends against Damian Priest here at Survivor Series.
My name is Gunther. I am der Ringgeneral. I am the king of the ring. I am greatness personified.
This will be a physical battle. Gunther is the world champion.
Damian Priest, you always will be street trash. I am your world heavyweight champion.
Buckle up and grit your teeth.
I am the greatest professional wrestler in this company right now. I am one of one. Everything I touch turns into gold.
Who will face Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship? Damian Priest would love to get a rematch with Gunther.
You always will be street trash.
Priest can sense he is getting closer to victory.
Caught! South of heaven! Choke slam by Priest! Priest is the #1 contender, and he'll get his rematch against Gunther! I fought for 20 years in the street to get here.
And you always will be.
Oh, wait. I'm street trash. I'm a Latino thug. I'm a bum. Did I cover basically all your stupid insults? And if it wasn't for my so-called brother betraying me, that title wouldn't be around your waist right now. Do you know what the wildest thing about SummerSlam is? That when it was over, you became champ. This vibe of yours, it started to fade because you started doubting yourself. Cody wins! Cody's a Crown Jewel champion! It's because you know you can't beat me.
Priest, you don't even ring general. You are not even worth.
He thinks he get under my skin. Damian Priest does not get under my skin.
Gunther, I get that out in the ring. You a general. But on the streets, I'm a king.
Gunther, what's your response to what Damian had to say?
Don't let me interrupt you. Tell the world what you're gonna do at Survivor Series. Nothing? I figured. Pass that microphone to Gunther. Because I want to see if he grew a set this week and say something to my face.
Oh, he hits him with the mic. Priest right to the post.
You're gonna have a big problem when I once again become El Campeón.
I am here with World Heavyweight Champion Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. Gunther, tonight you step in the ring with Damian Priest. A lot are questioning where your confidence is at heading into this challenge.
Confidence. Well, it's up to me to deal with that. Aber Junge, schau dich mal an. That's what I meant with we need to do better. Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, Gunther has given you quite a few pep talks over the last several weeks. So how do you feel like that'll help you in tonight's match?
Well, tonight is a special night. It's a special night for the Ring General. It's a special night to me. But most importantly, it's a special night for the Intercontinental Championship. Because ever since the Ring General lost that championship, it lost all the prestige that we worked so hard for, And there's only one man who can restore the honor and the prestige of the Intercontinental Championship, and that is Ludwig Kaiser.
It's enough said for now.
Danke Shane, good luck tonight. We could see both Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser walk out of Vancouver with gold around their waist. Let's send it back out to the panel.
So, Gunther was once the NXT UK champion for 870 days. He was the Intercontinental champion for 666 days. He's been the World Heavyweight champion for 4 months. 78% of the time he's been in WWE, he has been champion. However, Gunther, on the biggest stage for his career at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, champion versus champion, was beaten clean in the ring by Cody Rhodes, and he's not gotten over it. Big E, he's rattled.
We have never seen this version of Gunther. We've never seen him on the back foot like this. We've never seen him off kilter like this. I have to truly think his confidence is rattled. He's just coming off of a major PLE loss, like you suggested. I don't know what to make of this version of Gunther. The dominant version of Gunther we have not seen. He has a chance to right that ship tonight, but I think it's a great opportunity for Damian to become a two-time world champion. He had such an incredible first run. I think Damian Priest is a guy that we're going to see hold a world championship again. I don't know if it's tonight or not, but it's very possible.
Wait, let me ask you the question, because when you've been so dominant for so long in your career and you suffer that big-time loss, how difficult is it to get back that confidence that you've suddenly lost?
Well, unfortunately, Michael Cole, I was never actually dominant for any
wasn't
period of
gonna say
time.
that, Michael. I wasn't going to say that.
I'm like, look, to be real, during my run as Nexus in 2010, very dominant, taking on everybody, main event of PLE after PLE, and then suddenly it all disappeared from me. And you look at my career in 2011, very little highlights whatsoever. I had that same crisis of confidence. It took me several years really to get back to form as Bad News Barrett. It took a long, long time. And if Gunther is not careful, his career could take that same tailspin.
Let's talk about Priest for a moment. You mentioned him earlier, Big E. You know, in his mind, he should still be champion today if it wasn't for Finn Balor at SummerSlam. So the deal with Priest is this, and you know this from being a former WWE champion. When you lose the title, it gets in your mind that you may never, ever win it back again.
Absolutely. And the thing, too, is you can go right now, he's still in the mix. All it takes is one bad night, one bad loss, and now you're not in the mix anymore. So he has a great opportunity right now to prove that he deserves to stay there. And I think the window's open. Again, as Wade said, you don't know when that window closes, and it closes for good. And I think tonight he has his best opportunity to see this rattled version of Gunther to become a world champion for the second time.
Imperium has an opportunity tonight to have a couple of titles, not only the World Heavyweight Championship with Gunther, but also Ludwig Kaiser with an opportunity to win the Intercontinental Championship. It is a triple threat match where the first man to gain pinfall or submission will be the champion. The unpredictable badass Braun Breaker versus Sheamus, who's never won the Intercontinental title, and Ludwig Kaiser tonight.
I'm here to take this place over. Whether you like it or not, Braun Breaker is the future. Got a chip on his shoulder. He has the power to break a dude in half. I'm here to whip ass. That's harsh. I don't give a shit. You want a friend? Go get a dog.
He's been clocked at over 23 miles per hour.
Intercontinental champion. There isn't a man that can take my title.
You're on top of the world, man. You got momentum on your side. And you remind me of me when I first started, when I became
first Irish-born WWE champion in history.
Do you have a set of tires big enough to put the one title that has eluded me my entire career on the line? The answer's yes, fella. Because I would love nothing more than to kick your old ass. Shine that title up real nice, fella.
Is tonight the night that Sheamus finally completes the set? There is zero fear in the eyes of Braun Breaker.
Over the announce desk! From up high! My oh my way!
Breaker throwing it all on the line here. Kneecap to the dome! Taking Braun Breaker to territory he has not been to before.
What? Ludwig Kaiser comes out of nowhere.
The Intercontinental Championship match ends by way of Ludwig Kaiser.
You need to realize who you are and go out there and make a name for yourself.
Ludwig Kaiser means European elegance. Ludwig Kaiser is an A-plus specimen.
The question is not if Ludwig Kaiser is going to be a champion one day. The question is when.
The answer to that question is now.
You're not coming after my Intercontinental Championship anymore. I'm coming after you, and I'm coming after Sheamus, and I'm gonna finish what we started.
Oh man! Sheamus returning the favor!
Everybody wants a fight. Everybody fights. Triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series.
We got a banger alert. Ludwig Kaiser, Sheamus, Bron Breakker at Survivor Series.
Sheamus is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's accomplished it all, except he's never won the Intercontinental title.
Vancouver, are you ready for a banger?
Let's head back to our own Jackie Redmond with a special guest.
Cole, thank you so much. I'm here with Intercontinental Champion Bron Breakker. Bron, tonight you will defend this championship in a triple threat match against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser, which means technically you don't have to lose your championship. What's your mindset going into this match tonight?
Yeah, you know, it's an interesting match for sure. I've had all week to kind of reflect about, you know, what the job is at hand. I mean, I respect both competitors. I respect Ludwig for trying to go out, make a name for himself on his own without Gunther's help. I respect Sheamus. I mean, who doesn't respect Sheamus? He's a former world champion. I mean, he's going to be a Hall of Famer one day. What's not to respect, right? But I'm not the champion or the guy that we should be trying to have some kind of experimental thing where you're trying to make it on your own or figure out if you can hack it in the singles division. I'm not the one to try that with. Anyone else would be the better choice. I mean, Ludwig, I know exactly what his game plan is tonight. He's going to try to sewer rat around and steal a championship from me. And Sheamus, I mean, God, you think because what, you buy into this false hope because you read the internet like a nerd that you haven't won the Intercontinental Championship to be a Grand Slam champion? I should just give it to you? I mean, God, I played for the Ravens and never won a Super Bowl, but should they give me a Super Bowl ring because I was there for participation? No. God, take it back to the retirement home, old man. This ain't Saturday Night Bingo. This is Bron frickin' Breakker at Survivor Series. I am the Intercontinental Champion, and the dogs are barking in Vancouver. Whoo!
Well, Cole, as I send it back to you, sounds like a very fired up Bron Breakker going into this triple threat match tonight.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks, Jackie. And I want to start, guys, with Ludwig Kaiser. And he's had an incredibly great 2024. He's really arrived on the scene here in WWE.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Superb matches, big victories, but it all means nothing if you leave your career with no gold. That's what people care about. When you're retired, they don't want to ask you about, you remember that great match you had that time where you just won? No, they want to know, tell me about winning the Intercontinental Championship. That's what's important. He has to deliver tonight. You have to make good on the promise and the potential.
Big E, you came into WWE as sort of a second-hand man, right? And you know where Kaiser is in his career right now. What did you need to do to break through and finally win that first title?
Well, you know, it's really about having the opportunities to, like tonight, to finally get opportunities. I think when you're standing next to someone, it becomes a bit of a comfort blanket, a safety blanket. And I think you just have to go out on your own and know you have the confidence to stand out there on your own and get things done. And I think Ludwig, oftentimes when you're in that role of being the right-hand man, all the focus is on the guy, the one that you're propping up. And people are sleeping on Ludwig. I don't think people realize how good this man is. I think he has a ton to offer. I think he's going to show out tonight. This match is a great opportunity for him to demonstrate that he belongs as a single superstar here in WWE.
We all know Sheamus, known him for many, many years. You're probably closer to him than anyone. And he will talk to you ad nauseum about the fact that he has never won the Intercontinental Championship.
You're not wrong.
But listen, I feel for him. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about that. He's done everything. He's won everything in WWE except that championship. Can he finally get it done tonight?
Well, it's attempt number 358 for Sheamus, I suspect, based on past history, maybe not. Here's the real issue, though. I think Sheamus has so much pressure that he's putting on himself to complete that set. Yeah, we know he's done it all. We know how great he is. He's still putting on banger after banger. But yeah, the pressure is all in his own head at this point. If he loses again tonight, it might be the time to say, Sheamus, focus on something else.
Couple of seconds left here, Big E. I want to get your take on Bron Breakker. Can anyone beat him at this point?
I'm a massive Bron fan. I am a massive fan of this man. We've seen him lose. We've seen him lose to Sammy. We've seen him, but this version of Bron is focused. He's intense. He's a wrecking ball. I am so excited for this match. I don't know what happens, but Bron's trajectory is world champion, and the sky's the limit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in Vancouver. This is the first WWE Premium Live event since 1998 in this city. We continue our countdown of the top 10 Survivor Series moments. Here's number 9. And those sirens signal the start of this War Games event. Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control.
私の領空にいるあんたをぶち落としてやる
And here comes Io Sky, the most experienced woman in this War Game match.
Well, do you remember what happened last time Io had a trash can in War Games?
私は Genius of the Sky.
She's the genius of the sky, but this is ridiculous. Oh my God! Io Sky from the top of the cage with a trash can on her head, wiping out everybody. Io Sky launched herself like a rocket off the top of the cage.
Turned herself into a missile.
Now that is the way to kick off Survivor Series War Games.
We can hand them to you, but why would we do that?
Craig, you want a sandwich?
This is a meeting. Oh, wow.
We're here to disrupt. We're here to disrupt.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
I'm gonna go around the office here at WWE HQ and give some people some ice cream. I don't know where Kofi and E are, but in this
You know
video,
back here.
Oh, they're closed the door on us.
Let them know that we're coming. Oh,
We're here to disrupt.
You see it. You know
We're here to
who's
disrupt.
scared. You
Hello.
know. Morgan! Skirt! Skirt!
Here we go.
We're here to disrupt. I'll bring some popsicles. You have the ice cream sandwiches.
You want?
Incoming! It's harder than it looks. Are you going upstairs? We going upstairs? Oh, no, right in the head.
Here we go. Here you go. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
We're going to need some ice cream sandwiches down here. Oh, we got cones, too. Here's the cone.
You.
Heads up. There it is. Ice cream sandwich. Catch it. Yeah! Good hand. There's another one. Sandwich. Sir, we can hand these to you. Sir, we can hand them to you, but why would we do that?
You tell them, there you go. Double up for you.
There's the cone for Cone. Oh, John Cone. Where's John Cone? Anyone with the last name? Craig, you want a sandwich? Give Craig a John Ice Cream Cone, where are you? You only got one cone, his name is John Cone? There's a cone right here.
I gave him a cone.
Oh. That's John
I didn't give him a cone. I gave him a cone.
Don't eat that. This is a meeting. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Can we give him a virtual ice cream emoji? Type it in an ice cream emoji. Victoria needs a cone. Julie, do you want a cone or a sandwich?
Business.
Are they in the building? Make sure she gets one.
Trying to close.
Yeah, are you in the guys?
Trying to close a multi-million-dollar deal.
She says she's down here? Okay, where's Julie? Find Julia. Go get Julie. Where's Julie? Julie.
Oh, there she is. She want to catch.
Catch.
Oh! It's okay.
Here. We got you. Here we go. Catch. There you go.
Hey! Who else in their tenure of being a WWE superstar for 10 years in a group? First off, that hasn't happened.
That's a long time.
When did they then come into the office and make sure that everybody was fed? Popsicles, ice cream sandwiches. Never. Right? Because this is a unique bond that we have with everyone who's a part of this company. We want to spread the love and make sure this type of love is the norm from here on out.
Set the standard.
Come on, man. It's not a special day, it's just a day. We're just out here doing this because we work here together. We want to say thank you guys for doing all the stuff that you do, because if you guys don't do your stuff, we can't do our stuff, vice versa. All big team, family. Happy to see everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, guys. Thank all of you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
A truly groundbreaking announcement that will change the TV world as we know it. better have the bar ready because I'm coming to Los Angeles on Monday night, January 6th. It is the debut of Monday Night Raw on Netflix from the brand new Intuit Dome in Los Angeles. Tickets are available now. January 6th, the debut of Raw on Netflix. But we're in Vancouver tonight for Survivor Series as we take a look back now on Survivor Series moment number 8.
Tonight, Survivor Series. It's the triple threat match for the World Championship.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
The time is drawing near. The World Wrestling Federation Championships await inside a triple threat match here tonight.
Hey, wait a minute, there's... Oh, Triple H getting right in Austin's face. First it was The Rock, and now Austin. Triple H now running, and Austin is chasing the champion. Austin outside here in the parking area. Parking garage looking for Triple H.
Yeah, come here, you little bastard.
And then, wait a minute. Good God Almighty! For God's sakes! That car just ran over Austin! That car just ran over Austin! Stone Cold has got brought down! Hurry up!
Somewhere over here.
Who was driving the car?
The very first Survivor Series came your way in 1987. It has become a Thanksgiving weekend tradition. Hello, everybody in Vancouver today. This is part of the countdown show for Survivor Series. Let's talk about our top Survivor Series moments now, gentlemen. I always think about the Montreal Screwjob back in 1997. I was there, first year in the company. But for me, my favorite Survivor Series moment was 2012, and that was the night that Ambrose and Rollins and Reigns appeared as the Shield, coming in as mercenaries for CM Punk. And that was the night that really changed the landscape of all of WWE, and you see where they are in their careers now.
Yeah,
what about you, Wade? What was your favorite?
Well, I'll be selfish and talk about my own career once again. 2010, I did main event a Survivor Series against Randy Orton, one of the highlights of my personal career. I had my face on the poster, and it's rare that you get moments like that in a career. So that was a real highlight for me. Ruined right at the end in the final 3 seconds by a certain John Cena.
You were actually on a team with Big E at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
9 years ago.
He had to remind me of this earlier. I didn't remember much of the match, but I did remember the one special highlight that keeps getting gifted to me on social media.
Yeah, it's an incredible GIF, and it is you dancing very, very oddly against the post, like a bear trying to scratch its back. That's my only remembrance of that match as well.
Can we I taught you about rhythm.
Yeah. Can we
okay, so you're going to give me the clap.
Yeah, okay.
It was like this. I think that was it.
That's spot on.
Right?
Very rhythmic man you are.
Very rhythmic Survivor Series moment for this year. But what about last year's Survivor Series when the Second City Saint shocked the world?
Sammy with a low kick on McIntyre. When you walk out, you'll see the 2 shark cages. Just get in front of them. The lighting is better. And then the splash. Maybe 200 feet in front of them. That's it. Gotcha. And then one of the most incredible RKOs you will ever see. Good.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sold out Allstate Arena in Chicago. Electric, to say the least. I'm not doing
that's as high as we're going to get him. We just got to go home.
We're out.
Good shit, man. Congratulations. How you doing, man? Charles, how are you? Good to see you.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't breathe.
I know, I'm so happy. Bring her in.
You're going to have to do your work. I'll do what I can. But you do your job and I'll do mine.
I will do my best.
Yeah.
You want to put out a picture of me and you and blow up the internet?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Take it in front of the logo?
Go right there. Yeah. Oh, are you going to point at me?
Whatever you want to do.
Holy shit, are you going to... I'm going to get the pointing picture? Hey, good seeing you. Good seeing you here. Oh, I get a hug. You a hugger? Yeah, man. Oh, I feel like I love you. Hey, thank you. Good. Hey, how are you? I didn't know you were going to be here. I didn't know you're my favorite.
Love the internet.
To make a statement post LWO. We also witnessed, like I said, Gunther fend off a game.
Do one more. I'm going to point back at you. I don't know if it's ever been done.
Hey! Can I not enjoy 10 minutes of my return?
Everything is worth it. Just rain on you.
You did this to personally.
Yes.
I'm all sweaty.
I don't care, brother.
So, guys, a little broadcast inside terminology here. This is what is called a segue in the business. That was a savage moment, the return of CM Punk to Survivor Series, and we invite you to go to X and use the hashtag to share what is the most savage moment from Survivor Series. Like that?
Well done. Nice. It wasn't bad. 28 years of experience. I expected a little more than that. I'm not going to lie, Michael Cole.
Hey, let's talk about CM Punk's return last year. It changed everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Eric Bischoff's book is titled Controversy Creates Cash, and that's Punk. This man is the most controversial figure in wrestling, but he really just infused this energy in the building and in our industry, and it's been a pleasure to have him back. I know a lot of people have their own relationships with Punk. He's been a real blessing to me, so I was very, very excited to see him back. And man, to think of the feud that he's had with your good friend, with Drew, I think has been incredible. He's had an incredible run this past year.
And the thing about Punk is he's so humble and honored to be back here. He sent out a bunch of text messages to people last week thanking everybody for welcoming back home because it was a year anniversary of his return to WWE, and that was a really cool moment for Punk. But tonight he finds himself center stage again, Wade.
Yeah, of course he does. That's the deal with CM Punk. There's no middle ground with him. It's either he's your worst enemy or he's your best buddy. But whatever happens, you are paying attention to the guy because he creates moments.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, for Survivor Series. And you know, WWE is all about its passionate fan base, including one fan from the island city of Victoria, British Columbia, a 90-minute ferry ride from here in Vancouver, who found a creative way to make his voice heard.
What's in a sign? For many, a sign is a destination. For 42-year-old Jalem Sunder, a sign is a roadmap. One that's taken him on the journey of a lifetime.
I've been a lifelong WWE fan for well over 35 years, attended over 250 WWE events all over the world. It's so much easier to tell people you're from Vancouver because everyone's like, where's Victoria? In the early 80s, growing up, Saturdays there was cartoons in the morning, but for me it was wrestling. They'd only come here every couple years, so I'd be calling the cable company and be like, hey, when's WWE PLEs coming to us? And then to the arena, hey, when's WWE coming back? It's like, I need to know, we need them. I always keep all my ticket stubs. So this is the Victoria ticket, first time front row event, January 30th, 1992. First signs I took was Legion of Doom. They were on the show. I drew with crayon like a Legion of Doom sign. You see them on TV, you've got to take signs. It creates that much more excitement and adds to the show.
WWE visits to the island remained minimal, and Vancouver's last pay-per-view was back in 1998. So in 2003,
Jalem took matters into his own hands.
It was the summer of 2003 that Vancouver was awarded the 2010 Olympic Winter Games. They thought like, wow, if we can hold the Olympics, if we can host the world, why can't we host a big WWE event?
Jalem got to work, creating a sign with a clear-cut message. Vancouver for WrestleMania.
First time I took it was 2003, so that was Raw in August at the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver. No Mercy 2008 in Portland, Oregon. That was the first time it really made TV.
But he didn't stop there. Jalem made several Canadian-themed signs and hit the road.
It's always the ferry that I have to take over to Vancouver. I don't want to risk missing the ferry, so it's usually like the 7 a.m. ferry that I'm on. Get to Vancouver by like 9 or so.
So much is at stake tonight from sold-out Rogers Arena in Vancouver, Canada.
Then it was Vancouver to Seattle, which is about a 3-hour drive plus the border wait. I've waited at the border for like 2 hours sometimes in traffic to get across.
Live from Seattle, this is Monday Night Raw.
Then after that, Seattle to Spokane, about a 5-hour drive.
The WWE rocks the Pacific Northwest tonight, Spokane.
And then for there, the next day they were in Portland, which was another 5-hour drive.
The Rose Garden in Portland, Oregon is rocking.
And then going back home from Portland to Vancouver was another 5-hour drive, the border wait, and then the hour-and-a-half ferry home.
The scope of Jalem's idea grew, and he started venturing outside the Pacific Northwest with his signs, hoping to get more eyes on Vancouver.
This one I messed up on the Sharpie, and that's what they used in Mania 27. Every time they show Cena's entrance, zoomed up, all I see is that, not Cena. And before I had the stencil.
And then, on August 1st, 2024, WWE made a historic announcement.
Survivor Series War Games comes to Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Just so many great messages from like friends, like they're coming, they're finally here, we did it.
This September, Jalem traveled to Seattle for SmackDown. He got a chance to go backstage, not knowing that some of his heroes were actually fans of his too.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Are we gonna hold up signs?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I grew up in Victoria, BC, Canada. Having him at all these shows and representing Victoria, it's kind of a big deal for us. We notice. And I was in the crowd like dying. No! We're having a story time.
He's front row at every show he can get to. He tries to show his support. You know, he makes the signs. He's a very dedicated fan, and it's great to have those. Just special. Canadians are special.
For the first time in 26 years, a WWE Premium Live event has come to Vancouver. But Jalem's mission isn't over yet.
We're going to be loud and we're going to be proud. Survivor Series is the second longest running WWE PLE in history. Great stepping stone. Now we want the longest running. We want the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania.
It is an unbelievable story, and I am here with Jalem right now, ringside at Survivor Series War Games. And I got to ask you, Jalem, after watching that whole package and hearing your whole journey, do you have any sense of nervousness tonight that, like, this crowd in Vancouver has to prove something to WWE?
We don't, but first I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone at WWE for selecting Vancouver as the host city for Survivor Series War Games, but we're here to make a statement. We've made a statement for so many years with our consecutive sellout crowds. That continues tonight with Survivor Series War Games, second longest running PLE in WWE history, and it's an honor to host it here, and there's only one thing left after that. In fact, we're going to be so loud and crazy tonight, we're going to blow the roof off this place, and once we're done, next event comes, you're going to have to hold it next door at BC Place Stadium with a retractable roof, and what better event than WrestleMania?
Well, it'd have to be WrestleMania. In a perfect world, how soon would we get WrestleMania in Vancouver, BC?
I'd say next year, but that's already booked. So let's go for 2026. So as soon as possible, but I'm aiming for 2026 for WrestleMania in Vancouver.
Well done, Jalem. Congratulations. Great job. An incredible, he's not the only one, just one of so many, the thousands of fans of Vancouver, BC, filing into Rogers Arena tonight for Survivor Series War Games. And speaking of Survivor Series War Games, one match tonight that we all have our eyes on is the match for the U.S. Championship.
You know, let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
one shot, don't waste no time. One chance, I'ma take what's mine. One move, you can lose it all. Get to it, no calling off.
Let me talk to him. Now, this ain't the Logan Paul show. We ain't out here defending this thing just 2 times a year. No. I walk in, I hit it and quit. Then I move on to the next.
Yeah, let's go. Keep it real, never fold. Ain't no competition, I'm feeling bold. At the top, shining like gold. Gotta watch who you trust. I've been working too much. Y'all ain't working enough. We gon' see who really took it. One shot, don't waste no time. One chance, I'ma take what's mine. One move, you can lose it all. Get to it, no calling on. Get one shot, don't waste no time. One chance, I'ma take what's mine. One move, you can lose it all. Get to it, no calling on.
Nobody comes out with this because I won't let you. And that's the way it's got to be because I made it that way.
Putting that work, it ain't nothing to me. It come with a fee, I do nothing for free.
Tell them whose game this is.
Shinsuke Nakamura is back, and he just took out LA Knight.
LA Knight ずーっと見てたよ。お前分かってねえみてえだけど俺には分かる。怖えよな。必死にお前の名前を叫ばしてその魂胆が腐ってそうやって吠えて誰もお前の恐怖に気づかねえと思ってる。夜に寝床で震える手に入れたものがすり抜けてゆく。また一人に戻る。その恐怖間違ってねえよ。なぜなら運命だからだ。そう終わりの始まりだ。
Nana! Shinsuke Nakamura has been gone for a little bit. All of a sudden he shows up and he's got a problem with me, and he should.
Kinshasa to the back of the neck. And here comes the United States champion. Goes right after Nakamura. And I believe Nakamura just hit him with a mist. Nakamura with a mist. Blinding LA Knight.
お前見失ってんな。お前の憧れの影にすらなっちゃえねえ。もうすぐ全てが終わる。お前は全てを失う。
Well, yet another title defense for this man, LA Knight, tonight against Shinsuke Nakamura. Right now, let's go back to Survivor Series moment number 7.
All right, Big Apple, stop right there and get ready because it's finally here. Survivor Series.
Now there's going to be the man right there. He's 6'5", 275. That's blue chip right there.
Just a couple of butterflies, but nothing but solid emotion and intensity. Right or wrong. 20 years ago, my grandfather was here in this very same arena. 10 years ago, my father was here in this same arena. And tonight, in the 90s, I'm here in the same arena, and hopefully I can do something tonight that would really make my family proud.
This kid's a great athlete. Looks like a Rocky Johnson drop kick to me. Oh!
Well, that's when I had to dig down deep inside, look at 23,000 people, and ask them if they wanted me to do it, and I knew I could do it.
Put him away, Rock!
Tonight I heard people screaming my name. And that's what I was waiting for.
What a way to make your debut with a big show in the Big Apple at the Survivor Series.
Welcome to Up, Up, Down, Down. I'm your host, Austin Creed. We got Big Wool over here. Yeah. and Mr. 24/7.
AKA Mr. Gacho, as in what? Earlier today, remember when they were Gacho ass, Gacho. They were really. Y'all didn't get any of that on film?
No, I don't think that happened.
Yeah, I don't think it did either.
We're playing at WWE headquarters. We got a huge screen over here. Sides of the walls are covered in up, down graphics. Omega Red.
I'm trying to.
Oh,
Zangief.
wow. Zangief really
Oh,
came in putting the
just
hands
fist.
on.
Pow.
Kofi,
bro.
Have
mercy.
Kofi's being rude.
Big hell.
Kofi's being rude. He doesn't know what he's doing.
You don't know? I know that.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
You know that? Just press the buttons. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah,
you know what buttons to press.
No.
Zangief healthy than a mug.
No.
Come on, little man.
Oh, no, little
Okay,
sir.
got you.
Oh,
you want to get
little man? Little man?
Huh? You want to hide, little man?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Give it back to him. Oh, my God.
Nah,
He said, This is the cheapest character I've ever seen in a video game in my life.
Why would you do that to Sarbot? Uh-oh. Here it comes. Oh, he blocked it. He blocked it. He blocked it. You want
You know
another
what
one?
time it is.
Oh,
Sit
no.
him
Oh,
down.
no.
I said,
He caught him.
sit him down.
Oh.
Sit him down. Take a knee.
Oh, no. Here you go.
Practice is over. Now, hold on, kids.
This is hard.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Let me get another one.
Ladies and gentlemen.
KO.
Body shots. Oh, an uppercut in the back of the body. Oh, that body's hurting. That body's hurting. That body's hurting. He's tearing him up. Hey, wait.
Whoa.
What? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do as the referee? I'm stepping the fighters.
DQ.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Cope, you know I want that body, yaddy.
Oh, is he out? He's out, dude. That's it. That's it.
crazy.
That's
punched
it.
the body. I punched the
he
body.
gave
I
up.
punched the
He
body.
didn't even get a chance to get up. Thank you for watching this episode of Up, Up, Down, Down. And we hope that you guys have a great rest of your day.
Yeah.
Keep it tight.
You don't say that no more on that
I do say it.
Why'd you say it right now?
Because I knew you were going to do it, so I was going to.
You don't know what I'm going to do.
All right.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
All right, guys.
Keep it tight. Got to always keep it tight. Tighten that bad boy up. Tighten it up. It's too loose. It's way too loose. Tighten it. Tighten it. You gotta get in a deep squat when you tighten it too, don't you? Don't you? That's the best way to tighten. So you gotta leverage.
It is an elimination tag team matchup. If we are beaten in Greensboro at the Survivor Series, the WWF is out of business. And the same goes for the Alliance. Once a man is defeated, he will return to the locker room. Shane McMahon, the elbow off the top. Undertaker, tombstone.
For the love of God, out! The 5-star Rock Sledge by RVD!
Angle just got the last ride. And Austin got him! The Samoan drop. The stakes have never been higher in the history of this business. And now we're down to 2-on-2. The Rock going for the sharpshooter. What the hell is this? Kurt Angle tapped out. It's come down to Stone Cold and The Rock. Oh, Kurt Angle he just nailed Austin. The Rock bottom. It's over. The WWF has won it.
We are less than an hour away from Survivor Series War Games here at Rogers Arena in Vancouver. It is the first time Vancouver has played host to a premium live event in over 2 decades. Welcome back to the Countdown to Survivor Series presented by Minute Maid Zero Sugar. Great taste, zero sugar. And this is a big deal because Survivor Series is one of the more popular PLEs that we do. In fact, it's the second longest running annual PLE in WWE behind only WrestleMania. So let's take you back to the first one ever in 1987.
Games. It's time at Survivor Series.
Even tougher, less forgiving than the job itself is the business of wrestling. In 1987, still basking in the glow of a windfall promotion, cable operators were informed that anyone wishing to air another WrestleMania would also air this.
Survivor Series, it's going to be a classic.
And not that. Bye-bye, Starrcade. And the only thing more treacherous than the wrestling business are wrestling families.
The wise man came through when the OTC needed him most. Could this be Shane inside the cage at War Games?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the countdown to Survivor Series War Games. Jackie Redmond tagging in for the legendary Michael Cole as he gets ready to call tonight's events, and I brought Peter Rosenberg with me. Welcome back to the panel, buddy.
So happy to be here. So happy to be in Vancouver, BC, one of the greatest cities on planet Earth.
Hey, you said it, not me. I mean, I'm wearing red to honor my my home and native land of Canada. Very excited that WWE is back here, and we've got a heck of a card tonight. You guys have already been talking about it for an hour, but for those of you just joining us at home here on the Countdown Show, should we tell the folks what they're in for tonight?
Run it down, Jackie Redmond.
Roll the graphic, Gavin. Let's go. I am so excited. We've got a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker defends against future Hall of Famer Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser, a superstar on the rise, as Big E noted earlier in the show.
More titles on the line. People keep waiting. The hate is there. When is LA Knight going to slow down? He's not slowing down. The U.S. Championship is on the line. It's LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura.
And of course, this is no regular Survivor Series. This is Survivor Series War Games, and we've got quite the matchup on the women's side. So many layers to this onion. Who attacked Jade Cargill? She is not competing in this match anymore tonight. Can Bayley and Bianca coexist? Can Rhea and Liv pull back from killing each other tonight in there? I don't know, Rosenberg.
Listen, annoying travel be damned. Damian Priest has made his way to Vancouver. I was supposed to talk to him during the Countdown show. He has now made it to the building, and this is a new Damian Priest we've never seen before. And I think, guys, this time, going into his match with Gunther, he may have the edge. The World Heavyweight Championship on the line.
And on the men's side for the War Games match, I've seen a lot of OG Bloodline signs here in the crowd outside of Rogers Arena, because the OG Tribal Chief will be in action tonight. The problem is, I think there's more questions than answers as he and his former original Bloodline get set to take on Solo Sikoa's new look Bloodline. Now, someone asked me the other day, guys, What's the whole story in this Bloodline deal? Like, I haven't been following. Catch me up. I said we would need 2 bottles of wine and 2 hours of time to catch you up on this story. But here is the latest chapter as we get set for this men's War Games match.
You all better get used to seeing this, because you're looking at the present and the future. I'm the man that created a bigger and stronger bloodline.
Solo Sikoa has built an unstoppable machine.
Stand against the bloodline at your own peril.
Samoa's fight! Down goes Reigns!
The OGs are outgunned in a bad way.
Sami Zayn is here! And Zayn making a beeline to the ring! Sami! Turning down the invite!
When it was the 4 of us, it took me back to a very special time in my life with family. I think you want the Usos and Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns fighting together side by side.
A civil war that has been brewing.
Solo! Bring your ass out to the ring right now and let's handle business. I need you to acknowledge me as your undisputed tribal chief. I won't ever acknowledge you. I'm here to challenge you. I challenge you to go and find 4 people that will team up with you. And we can go to war.
Here we go! And the ball's underway! The new bloodline! The original bloodline! Like a showdown at the OK Corral. What the hell? Bronson Reed! The Oscilla! And Bronson Reed annihilating everyone! Is Reed number 5? It appears Bronson Reed has joined the new bloodline.
Surrender yourself. You don't have a 5th man, you don't have a wise man, and you don't have no choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, War Games, it's going to be 5 versus 5. CM Punk, number 5 for the original bloodline.
The wise man came through when the OTC needed him most. The Second City Saint may be the original bloodline's savior come War Games.
Generals gathered in their masses.
I don't need your help.
Just like witches.
I didn't show up for you. I showed up for Paul Heyman.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
2 rings surrounded by a steel cage.
I acknowledge my bloodline over yours. See you at War Games.
Can Roman Reigns trust CM Punk and vice versa?
One time. One time.
Let the War Games begin!
Oh boy, I am excited for this Bloodline Civil War Games match here at Survivor Series in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Rosenberg, you were just inside by the ring. How do those steel cages look right now? It's quite the structure.
Unforgiving, I'd say. Not like something I'd feel like having my face slammed into repeatedly.
But maybe perhaps the perfect place for this War Games match to happen between the OG Bloodline and the new look Bloodline. But there are so many layers to this story, so many relationship dynamics at play. When you look at everything weighed on the side of Roman Reigns and his OG Bloodline, what is the most intriguing part of this tonight for you?
The intriguing part for me is this relationship between CM Punk and the rest of the crew, okay? Because CM Punk, late addition in there, as Pete just mentioned, you don't want to be in the War Game structure. Nothing good can happen inside the War Game structure. So if you're CM Punk and you're putting your neck on the line because Paul Heyman has promised you a favor if you do this, how big is this favor? What is the nature of the favor? It's not, I'll wash your car for you, mate. It's something really, really big. I'm intrigued about that, and I want to see how this dynamic between CM Punk and the other 4 on his team works out.
What is it for you, E? What are you looking at?
You know, it's we haven't seen Roman pinned like this, but Solo has pinned Roman. And again, you talk about the fact that this bloodline can very quickly become a nostalgia act. And I think until you start racking up wins, it's very possible. So that's what I want to see. Can we, can they really demonstrate that they deserve to be the bloodline that is actually the one who come out on top and the ones that are recognized? Otherwise, go back to what you guys were doing before. Sammy, disassemble. But they really need a win to prove that they belong here as the true bloodline.
Yeah, it's interesting too, right? Because Roman Reigns is the OTC, the
That's
original tribal chief. That whole run was rooted in control. It's part of why he had to manipulate people that he supposedly loves in order to control them. I don't know how much control Roman Reigns has going into this match.
It's clearly a different situation for Roman Reigns than he's ever had before.
Yep.
And the fact of the matter is, it's kind of interesting. He's in some ways, in many ways, relying on CM Punk, the only member of this team who has no War Games experience. Yet he is ultimately the X factor in this
What
match.
does this man stand to gain? That is the question.
I know, what is
because
the favor?
What is the favor?
What is the favor? God,
I was up all night.
Simple question. Why can't they just tell us? Why do they have to hide it from us?
Well, listen.
I don't know if they're hiding it from us. I think they're hiding it from Roman Reigns. That's the point. Roman Reigns may not want to find out what this promised favor is, because Paul Heyman did not seem too confident when pressed upon it yesterday.
Oh, I don't know what we're in store for this men's War Games match, but I cannot wait to see it. I've mentioned before that Survivor Series is the second longest running annual PLE in WWE, second only to WrestleMania. We've been counting down some iconic Survivor Series moments all show long, so let's get to number 5.
Jam-packed Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Champion versus champion. A friendship gone sour. Massive egos. Insane jealousy. Raw emotion. Real disdain. And a link that will last forever. Spear by Charlotte. Cover on Charlotte. Veteran instincts from Charlotte Flair. Is Becky actually going to go for the figure 4? Wasn't locked in perfectly to begin with. Now it's Becky who can tap. And it's Charlotte Flair with a moonsault.
These are the greatest ever.
Insult to injury. Lynch is in trouble. And Becky makes it. O'Connor rolls, shoulders down. Roll up. Charlotte's got the ropes. Charlotte's got the ropes in the ref corner. Becky's got the ropes. Becky's got the ropes. The ref didn't see it. Becky Lynch beat Charlotte Flair at Charlotte Flair's own game.
Win the freaking match.
WWE is taking you back. All the way back. With the return of the iconic Saturday night's main event. World-class stars, world-class showdowns, all in prime time. The Saturday Night Obsession is back and bigger than ever. Saturday night's main event, live Saturday, December 14th at 8 on NBC and Peacock.
Welcome to Up, Up, Down, Down. I'm your host, Austin Creed. I got my boys here. Kofi Kingston, Big E, Big Wool, and Mr. 24/7.
AKA Mr. Gotcho, as in what?
Gotcho ass.
I want to do with the people working here.
Yeah, you want to be disruptive.
We're supposed to be disruptive.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You want to be disruptive.
All right, I'll do it. Yeah! Time trials. We have our New Day ice cream bike.
Trusty Steve.
The pop cycle.
The pop cycle.
Pop cycle.
So,
TM.
Yes, TM. So we're at WWE headquarters, 6th floor, and in the 6th floor, they got all these nice things. They got all the champions. They have a ring here. They said, don't fall down in that ring, because that ring will hurt you. But we are going to do time trials around the ring, see who can do them the fastest.
Okay.
I'm ready. You ready?
Here we go.
Ready.
All right.
As soon as he crosses the line.
3, 2, 1.
Go, 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 go. Pick up speed. Go.
Hit it.
Go, 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 go.
Go, 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 go! Watch out, watch out!
I know, that's what I want to see. Okay. All right, time attack. Whoa. It's time.
21.48.
Damn right. I will say, I don't think you're going to beat me.
I don't think I will either, honestly.
I like that. Vote of
That
non-confidence.
attitude. Let's go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hit the horn. Hit the horn.
No horn.
Hit the ringer. Hit the sound.
He's moving.
Well, there we go.
Ball, that 2-second deduction. Second deduction.
Oh. And there you go.
What's got me in it?
22.5.
Okay. What was 21.48? All right. That was this within the ballpark.
Man. It's a lot of pressure.
I already told you, you can't.
Dang.
All right, Kofi's turn.
3,
2, 1, go.
Yeah. Oh, he's moving. Can he navigate the turn? That's the question. It's like right. Nope, too close. Too close, bro. Too close, bro. Crash. Oh, he's moving. Woo! Entertainment. He might win it. He might win it. What's the time?
We got it.
Oh!
Come on. I was about to say.
Man navigated the turn very well.
Rode the bike.
He did ride the bike.
You know, you never forget.
He knows how to navigate.
It's like riding a bike.
It is riding a bike.
Still got it. Oh, good. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic job. Fantastic job.
Thank
You know, I haven't been on that bike in almost 5 years.
What does that have to do with it?
But I get right back on it, and she recognizes me. You know what I'm saying? We have that link, that connection.
Never before, never again. John Cena teams with The Rock to take on the Awesome Truth. Oh, wow. Another one for The Rock. And there to The Miz. And The Rock is cooking.
You know, but the thing is, I think he's trying to show up John Cena.
And here we go, folks. And this is Vintage Cena. Partners tonight, opponents at WrestleMania.
These two guys just don't like each other. And tonight, let's see if they can work with each other. That right there is going to be a test in itself.
Here it comes. The most electrifying move in all of entertainment. Oh, the people's elbow. Connecting to the heart. Here's the cover.
That's
Hogan
it.
running on Miz, and he got it. That was the opening salvo. The opening blow for our next chapter. John Cena and The Rock make this a Survivor Series to remember.
This segment is presented by The Real Cost. Vaping addiction can create distance between teens and the people they care about. Most vapes contain highly addictive levels of nicotine.
So you're vaping again, right?
No.
Baby, I saw it in your room.
That wasn't mine.
What about the lunch money? What did you do with that?
I wasn't hungry.
I'm sorry?
I wasn't hungry.
Welcome back to the countdown to Survivor Series War Games here in Vancouver. We talked about the men's War Games match before the break, so let's turn our attention to the women's match. On one side, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Naomi taking on Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez, and Candice LeRae. Here's how we got here.
The Liv Morgan Revenge Tour is officially over. I've done everything I said I was gonna do, and I took out Rhea Ripley for the 3rd time.
Ripley suffered a fractured right orbital socket. She's going to be out indefinitely.
We are moving on to the Liv Morgan World Tour. That means we could be tag team champions again anytime we want. You want a piece of the tag team champions? Well, here's your chance.
And now power versus power. Oh, there are visitors. Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Help is on the way. Naomi.
Absolute bedlam everywhere you look.
KOD to retain. They got through it in the end, but right now, Nia Jax is cleaning house. Here comes Io Sky. And the women's tag team champions stand tall with a little help from their friends.
I know Jade and Bianca are here. I also know they didn't come alone, so neither did we.
Wait, Nia Jax is here?
Was Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae.
You want to do something, then do it. But there's one thing that you were right about. We didn't come alone.
You guys are still outnumbered. The math isn't really mathing. So, who wants to be brave and throw the first punch?
This is my brutality! What the hell? I thought Rhea Ripley was going to be out for months! War Games! Lost her absolute mind!
And look at Io Sky. Clear lines drawn for War Games.
Jade Cargill attacked a whole range of injuries with no timetable for her return.
You guys see anything? No, it doesn't matter. It's my partner. You stay out of it. It's my partner.
You gotta go now.
This is a wildly challenging time for Bianca Belair. And now the pressure of this critical women's War Game Advantage match. All the other members of the War Games teams have been banned from ringside. What in the world? That's Bayley!
I think Nia Jax is out. What the hell's Bayley doing out here?
A 450 to win the advantage match. Bayley proving herself to Bianca. Did they just find the 5th member for War Games that they desperately need?
When we step into that steel cage, this all ends.
I'm gonna finish the job that I started when I break your face on that steel cage.
You know what? I hate waiting.
And a brawl's underway. The mind games before War Games. Imagine what it's gonna be like inside War Games.
Where do we begin with this one? You know, I can't help but think about the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, watching that package, because she comes into this with a lot of stress on her shoulders. I mean, who attacked her tag team partner in Jade Cargill? She's got to work with Bayley, who she's got a well-documented history with. I mean, what do you make of the situation for Bianca coming into tonight's War Games match?
I'm exactly on the same page as you, Jackie. To me, this match already has its challenges. The difference between what Bianca Belair is dealing with and what everyone else is dealing with is not only does she have the opponents across the ring from her, she doesn't trust anyone around her at this point. She doesn't know who took out Jade Cargill. This is already a match that brings so much intensity, and now she has to think about who can I trust on my own team. So I feel for Bianca in this spot.
Trust is a very important word, I think, on both sides. I mean, Wade, do you believe that the team on the other side can trust each other when it comes to Liv, Nia, Tiffany? And
Yeah, I think certainly on the surface there are bigger trust issues on the Bianca Belair team. However, dig a little deeper, Liv Morgan's a world champion. Nia Jax is a world champion. Miss Money in the Bank Tiffany Stratton is in this matchup on their team. It would perhaps behoove her personal goals to see one of those two, or maybe both of them, taken out, go for a quick pin at some point, cash in. We got a new champ that we weren't expecting.
Yeah, go ahead, E.
I was going to say, you know, Jackie, when I look at you, I think of where, you know, where in the world is Carmen
Sandiego?
Yeah,
I knew it.
You know, I slide one in. But when I look at Tiffany Stratton, I think, again, when and where is she going to cash in? And what a prime opportunity. But the problem is the two world champions are on her team. But you think of War Games, you think of the brutality. It could potentially be a great opportunity tonight to turn on your teammates and become a world champion. Because what's more important, winning this match or becoming a world champion?
For me, personally, getting out of this match with my health intact and a world championship. That would be my priority, but not all of us are team players. Some of us are more about personal glory.
Well, think about it like this. You lose the match, you're bummed out. Oh, we lost our Survivor Series War Game match. But now I notice one of these two champions is beat up anyway. I might as well leave with a world championship. That has to be on Tiffany Stratton.
Listen, if you're in WWE, you have to always be aware of taking advantage of opportunity, and Tiffany Stratton would be silly to not be thinking about that going into tonight's match. But let's shift gears to LA Knight, because he's probably still thinking about how to get Black Mist out of his face after what happened last night on SmackDown. He's taking on Shinsuke Nakamura tonight with the United States title on the line. You know, a championship has actually never switched hands in Vancouver. Champions are undefeated in the city of Vancouver.
Look at that's a hell of a stat, Jack.
Listen, I'll tell you where Carmen Sandiego's been in her books.
Look at you.
Doing research, making notes. Okay, I work hard. But what do you make of this match as we get set for it? Because it's been quite a run for LA Knight.
Well, I said this earlier. I feel like the WWE Universe is like this LA Knight train started a couple of years ago. And there was some doubt from a lot of people. How long can he keep up the momentum? And it just seems like week after week, month after month, whoever comes along, whether it be a Logan Paul, whether it be a Shinsuke Nakamura, this guy just keeps on trucking. I got to tell you guys, I have been nothing but impressed by LA Knight, and this is another big opportunity for him to show people that he deserves to be at the top of the card.
No doubt about it, but it's what a matchup it is against a man who's been AWOL for the best part of 7 months in Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, you could not contrast two figures more oppositely than the guy who loves the spotlight in LA Knight and the guy who loves the shadows in Shinsuke Nakamura. I cannot.
That was like poetic, actually, Wade.
Thank you very much.
It was kind of poetic.
Sometimes I choose to engage my brain. Quite rarely.
Both of you are killing it.
High five. Good job.
I think too often people forget that Shinsuke Nakamura is a living legend. Obviously, his accomplishments in New Japan, legendary. That's the only word to describe it. If we see Shinsuke back at full form, I love this current version of him. The Mist is now in play. LA might have his title in jeopardy tonight.
Yeah, you look at it and you think, well, Shinsuke just got back. Is he ready for this? But like you said, his resume is well decorated, and he is someone that nobody should ever take lightly, regardless of how quickly this match might have been put on this card here tonight at Survivor Series War Games. All right, E asked the question earlier, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is Kathy Kelly? I'll tell you where she is. She's backstage with William Regal.
Well, thanks so much. I am honored right now to be standing next to and interviewing former NXT General Manager, WWE official, Mr. William Regal. Now, you and I have a lot of history talking about War Games. Yes, and tonight, a historic War Games here in Vancouver. So can you tell me what is so special about this evening and this match?
So I was on War Games in 1993. I wished I could say I was a part of War Games, but I wasn't. I always wanted to be, because to me, this is the ultimate in final combat. This is where everything gets settled and the victors leave and they can look back and know that they've accomplished the greatest thing that they could ever accomplish, which is completely tear apart another 5 people that have stood in front of them. So it's a very special night for me, and as we have history with this, and so I'm very happy to be here. It's nice to see you as well.
It's good to see you. I know, we color coordinated today just for this event, and as you mentioned, it is a brutal match. We are minutes away from the action, so I was hoping that you could do the honors of announcing War Games. I know I would love to hear it. I know the WWE Universe wants to hear it. So we are here tonight for Survivor Series.
One second, Kathy. It's been 3 years since I've done this, and I have to get my big butch voice on. Hang on, 1 second. Count me in.
We are here for Survivor Series
War Games. Was it? Oh, that okay?
I'd love to hear it. Always love to hear it. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kathy. He nailed it. No surprise there. While you see the countdown clock, we are now under 18 minutes away from Survivor Series War Games kicking off here in Vancouver, BC, Canada. With that, let's get to our top 10 Survivor Series moment number 3.
Triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Here goes Punk. Oh, look out, off the top. Oh, Punk's right in. What the? Hey, what in the world? What is this? What is this? Yeah. These 3 guys just came rushing through the crowd. They attacked Ryback. This is an absolute mauling of Ryback. Whoa, man. Okay. Ryback in trouble. Are you kidding me? Look out! India. What are these guys doing? Whoa! Ryback set through the table! Echo. Unbelievable! You gotta be kidding me! What is going on? Lima. We still got a championship match? Not this way. Come on, Punk. And CM Punk retains the championship. Delta.
They decimated Ryback. An absolute pack mentality.
Spread the word. Anyone that'll listen, you tell them. The Shield is not to be messed with. Believe that.
On March 1st, lock in for a historic night. John Cena's last time in Toronto.
It doesn't get any bigger than this. If you want some, come get some.
WWE Elimination Chamber from Toronto, Canada. Tickets on sale Friday with pre-sale Wednesday. Scan the code to register now.
I hate to say this, but I would have to pick the dirtiest player in the game, and that would be Dirty Dominic.
Dream team members, I'm gonna go with Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, Ricky Steamboat. Last and final pick. Give me Razor Ramon, Scott Hall.
My first pick would be Bret Hart, only because he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. My second one will be Andre the Giant, and Andre the Giant just because I'm the smallest one on the team, so I need the biggest one on the team, Powerhouse. Most definitely, I would bring the Animal Batista back, just because I need some power, I need some muscle. Last but not least, I hate to say this, but I would have to pick the dirtiest player in the game, and that would be Dirty Dominic. I know that if we needed someone to take the fall, it would be Dirty Dom. It would be the mystery team.
Okay, we got me, right? Man, past or present, huh? I'm gonna go Yoko, right? I'm gonna go to Samoan Bulldozer, right? I'm gonna do Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoan. Yeah. Samoan SWAT team, Moses. Come on, bro. The SST2, dog. OG, or nah. SST2, we're running like that. Can't say OG SST, because technically I wasn't OG. Feel me? You wanna get technical? Technically, I wasn't even. So we're gonna keep it new with the.
I'm gonna go with, of course, my childhood hero, John Cena. Then give me The Rock, Roman Reigns, and the Usos. And we'll call ourselves Justice, because it's just us.
Okay, well, why don't I go for, I'll choose someone if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
Hands down, first person, first draft pick, easy, The Rock. That's right, the boss, the final boss, my boss. Man, he's the man, he'd be great in our team. What?
Well,
who'd you choose, okay? If you don't like that, you choose.
Two left, so
you choose
if
someone.
I'm gonna choose one on my own, Kevin Owens. Yeah, you love Kevin Owens.
I don't like Kevin Owens. I really dislike him. How many times he's... You know what? Let's test if we're a real tag team. We've got one more member. I'm thinking of someone. Have you got someone else in mind?
Put your back to mine. I don't want to see
Okay,
that.
1, 2, 3.
Trish Stratus!
Hey, what about the team name? You can do it.
Yeah, easy. A-Town Down Under.
And Trish!
And Trish!
And Trish! Hey,
yeah. And everybody else sucks.
Let's get out of here.
And of course, we've been counting them down all day long. The greatest moments in Survivor Series history. Here is moment number 2. It has been quite the night for the 37th annual Survivor Series.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Is it great to be alive in Chicago, Illinois, or what? No way!
stopped chanting my name. I'm home. The best in the world is back. And his name is...
Oh, now the countdown is seriously on as we inch closer and closer to Survivor Series War Games here inside Rogers Arena in Vancouver. You can see the crowd is here. They are ready, and we got to keep talking about this card because it is stacked and there are so many questions. What's the biggest question for you, Rosemary?
Well, actually, this is based on some of your crack research earlier, Carmen Sandiego.
I work hard.
Well, the fact that a title has never changed hands in Vancouver is fascinating to me, guys, because we have 3 opportunities for that to change tonight. I don't know which one, but I have to imagine we are seeing a title change tonight in Vancouver.
I want to be clear. I am dressed like this for a reason. A certain Ludwig Kaiser wears this certain outfit, and I'm doing this in respect to him because we are getting a banger tonight in the Intercontinental Championship triple threat matchup, and that matchup is going to be won by the most crafty individual in the match, my man, Ludwig Kaiser, new champ.
I can't wait to see what Io Sky does. Again, she, to me, is the MVP of pretty much every War Games match she's in. I think of her putting the trash can over her and deciding to leap off with something very, very tall. Io Sky is going to show out tonight. I think the women are going to put on an incredible, intense War Games match tonight.
One more really important question for each of you, so answer it quick because we're running out of time. What is the gravity of a loss for the original Bloodline if they cannot defeat Solo Sikoa and the New Look Bloodline tonight?
Well, I just think it becomes very difficult to claim that you run WWE if you lose this match.
Yeah, very, very simple. It's over.
They got to change the name. They got to come up with something else. If they lose this one again, that's Solo's name. It's Solo's bloodline. They got to move on to something else.
This is a very, very big cliche in sports, but I think it's safe to say this is a must-win match for the OG Bloodline tonight. It is one of many important and intriguing matches on tonight's card here at Survivor Series. Let's start with the Intercontinental Championship. We heard Wade talking about it. It is a triple threat match, which means Braun Baker does not have to be pinned to lose this match.
Absolutely. We talked about the importance of this night for LA Knight, the United States Championship. On the line against a returning Shinsuke Nakamura.
And then, of course, we have the Women's War Games match. It is 5v5, but there are all kinds of trust issues in this one, maybe most notably for one EST, Bianca Belair. Who can she trust, if anybody, as she gets set for a huge match here tonight inside Rogers Arena?
Now, it's rare that a World Heavyweight Championship match could steal a show, but when you're talking about War Games matches, that's what I'm thinking tonight. A lot of people might be sleeping on this round of Gunther and Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Ooh, I am very intrigued by that match. Like, is Gunther's confidence shaken? It is a massive question going into that title defense for him. And then, of course, we have the Men's War Game match. We've talked about it a lot. Roman Reigns is here tonight, the original Tribal Chief and his original Bloodline, plus CM Punk, for some reason. What does he stand to gain in this match as they take on Solo Sikoa and the New Look Bloodline? All right, we've been counting down the biggest moments in Survivor Series history all show long, so let's do it. Let's get to the king of them all, the #1 moment. Here it is.
Weighing in at 320 pounds from Death Valley. Holy cow! I give you The Undertaker. Look at the size of that ham hock. And look at the look on the face. This Undertaker seems to be impervious to pain. Uh-oh. Scooped him up like a little baby. Nasty, nasty look. Ew. Oh, look at this. Oh, he just got nailed with a tombstone. Awesome is the only word to describe this Undertaker.
All right, I am checking my watch because we are about 7 minutes away, if my watch is correct, from Survivor Series War Games kicking off here inside Rogers Arena in Vancouver, and I am getting official word the Women's War Games match will kick things off here tonight in Vancouver. What do you expect? We've talked a lot about what intrigues us and some of the different issues going into this match, but which team do you actually think is stronger?
Ooh, that's a fantastic question.
I mean, I'm having a great show, guys.
I'm going to go ahead and say any team that contains Nia Jax is the strongest team out there. Normally, I would accept a challenge from Rhea Ripley in that department, but Rhea Ripley has a broken face thanks to Liv Morgan and her baseball bat. That pulls her down.
But Big E, correct me if I'm wrong. You don't fight with your face. Rhea Ripley still has strength in those hands and those feet. I still think Rhea Ripley is the most dangerous woman in that match.
See, I was going to say the same thing that you said about Bianca Belair. Any team that has Bianca on it, I'm pulling for it.
Okay, so some different opinions here. What about the overshadowing issues between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan? How important is it for those two individuals to not get so caught up in each other that they're able to actually help their team win, their respective teams?
Yeah, I think in the case of Rhea Ripley, obviously she wants this team to win, but I think we'd be lying if we said that a major priority for her tonight was not to put hands and feet on Liv Morgan.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but that's where Raquel Rodriguez comes in. That's where Raquel Rodriguez, hopefully, for Liv Morgan's sake, neutralizes the threat of Rhea Ripley.
Absolutely, and I think Rhea's ready to move on. I think she's ready to put an end to this feud, and that means putting Liv down for good.
All right, this is Survivor Series War Games. There's a reason this type of match is very popular within the WWE universe. I'll start with you guys as former wrestlers and current wrestlers.
Thank you.
What?
Oh,
yeah,
sorry. Oh,
well,
sorry.
I mean,
Sorry.
they just are the experts, right?
Sorry.
What do you love about this type of match, a War Games match?
Let's be honest, we're all savages deep down. We're not too far removed from cavemen. We all just want to see some nasty business going on in the ring while we are at a safe distance. And I'll tell you this, Jackie, we just froze on the pre-show for 2 straight hours outside. I'm going to need this audience to bring some heat for us this evening.
Absolutely. I love the creative violence. In a match like this, you have an opportunity to do some really incredible things that you've never seen before. We're going to see a lot of creativity in a very, very brutal way tonight.
And also, what does CM Punk bring to this match? It seems like just a second ago, we were like, is this guy really getting in Hell in a Cell? He did it, and now here he is again, putting himself inside a cage at War Games.
I also think it's important to, we talked about, what does CM Punk stand to gain? But also, and I ask myself this question a lot, what exactly is Paul Heyman up to? Because that man is pretty infamous for being usually a step ahead of everybody else. What is this man? I don't know.
And why was he wearing a T-shirt the other day? What was up with the red T-shirt?
Why did he look like Solo? You can say
That's what I wanted to know.
Why was he wearing a red T-shirt?
To know.
If the day ends in Y, Paul Heyman is manipulating people.
Well, I don't know what he's doing, but I know he's up to something. And I just want to know exactly, because it feels like Paul Heyman is he's the puppet master right now, no? It kind of feels like that.
He always is the puppet master, Jackie.
Well, not always.
Never forget.
He did go through a table a few months ago. I don't think he orchestrated that.
Even puppet masters end up going through a table every once in a while.
Safe to say. I mean, we're probably going to see some people going through some structures here tonight in Vancouver, inside Rogers Arena, as we get closer and closer to Survivor Series War Games. I am so pumped. I have never seen War Games live. This will be my first time. Yeah, I'm super pumped.
Time, baby.
It is go time for these three and myself. Thank you so much for watching the countdown to Survivor Series War Games. The show starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to sing the Star-Spangled Banner in O Canada, please welcome Vancouver's own singer and songwriter, Elizabeth Irving.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for
Tonight,
Priest will get his rematch with the man who took the title from him at SummerSlam.
Priest.
If it wasn't for my so-called brother betraying me, that title wouldn't be around your waist right now.
Gunther.
In this ring, I am above everybody.
A rematch for the World Heavyweight Championship.
The honor and prestige belong to me.
At Survivor Series.